So I'd like to welcome everyone to our TNO meeting of the MRC, and I'd like to also welcome anyone who is watching from the Pontiac Facebook Live, as well as our media. And so to begin with, I need a resolution to open the meeting, moved by.
I will.
Okay, thanks very much. Was that Karen Kelly?
Yes, it was.
All right, thank you, Karen. All those in favor of opening the meeting, opposed, and that carries. And now I will also do the attendance. So please, when I call out your name, just say present. Winston Sundstrom. Maybe still coming on. Carl Mayer.
Present.
Brantor.
Present.
Alana Gagnon.
Present.
Maurice Beauregard.
Present.
Donald Gagnon.
Present.
John Armstrong.
Present.
Debbie Laporte.
Present.
Serge Newberry.
Present.
Kim Cartier-Villeneuve.
Present.
Gilles Dion.
Present.
Lynn Cameron. Lynn Cameron. Okay, not yet. James Gibson.
Present.
Sandra Murray.
Present.
Doris Ranger.
Present.
Colleen LaRiviere.
Present.
Karen Kelly.
Present.
David Rochon.
Present.
Bernard Waugh.
Present.
Annie Vinecourt.
Present.
Travis Ladisser.
Present.
Kim Lesage.
Present.
Natasha Guimet.
Present.
Julian Gagnon. Colleen Jones.
Present.
Cindy Phillips.
Present.
Jason Durant.
Present.
Alex Savoyer-Perron.
Present.
Yes. Winston Sundstrom, are you here now? I'm sure he'll be joining us. Lynn Cameron, are you on? Okay. Now I just need to remind everyone of the ministerial decree, which requires the MRC Pontiac to video record the sitting, and we also have Facebook Live, and the video recording will be available tomorrow on the MRC website. The declaration, use of the language of your choice. Je rappelle qu'il est important que toutes les personnes ici présentes puissent s'exprimer librement dans la langue de leur choix. Au besoin, une ressource de la MRC pourra assurer une traduction. And the statement by myself on our declaration of decorum. Please be reminded that we are to conduct this meeting in a business-like fashion on behalf of the people of the Pontiac. And if there are any inappropriate comments, I will ask the person to apologize. Could I have a resolution, please, to read and adopt the agenda? Moved by? Moved by
Sandra.
Okay. Kim, I'll give it to Sandra because it's not as easy when she's on the phone. So yes, moved by Mayor Murray. All those in favor? Opposed? And that carries. Thank you, Sandra. Are there any declarations of interest or conflict on this TNO agenda? Okay, seeing none, we will go ahead to the adoption of the minutes of the March 17th sitting. Could I have a resolution, please? Moved by Gilles Dion. All those in favor? Opposed? And that carries. E-questions from the public. Now we do have 2 e-questions, and it's exciting because they're not normally for the TNO agenda. The first one is from Marilyn Lance. And Marilyn is from Rapide des Joachins. And her question is, it's my understanding that the TNO gives money to the municipality of Rapide des Joachins regarding dump use for the taxpayers is the ZEC and TNO areas. If I'm correct, could we see a box put back at the ZEC for all our garbage, or the dump hours change for the people at the camps or outfitters? The problem is that the dump is now only open on Saturday. And we do have an answer prepared by our manager of territory, Jason Durant, and I think the mayor of Rapide might also want to comment. So would you like to go ahead, Jason, with your answer?
Oh, yes, sure. No problem, Jane. Yes, after analyzing the question, actually, I've given a phone call to Mayor Gibson about this question, actually. And the issue of having the dumpster there at the ZEC gate, actually, that was not a good solution in the past. So in this case, it wouldn't be actually a good solution to respond. However, Mayor Gibson responded to me that he was willing to have this issue brought up at their next council meeting. So to analyze this question, actually.
Very good. And Mayor Gibson, would you like to say anything?
Yes, initially we did have a dumpster at the ZEC, and people were abusing it, throwing furniture and everything else into it, and it was costing us a lot of money. And the ZEC told us that they did not want a dumpster there at any time, so we took it back and put it into the dump. But I'll be approaching council on this to see if we can open it for a certain time on Sundays, since most people will be coming out of the TNO on Sundays, and see if we can accommodate them.
Okay, very good. Thank you so much. The second question is from Jerry Dagenet, and he's from Pembroke, Ontario, also for the TNO. And his questions, again, will be answered by Jason Durant, and I might also have the Mayor of Waltham add to it. So the first question is, what are the rules for ATVs, dirt bikes on the Black River Road? So maybe we'll just take them one question at a time. Jason, would you like to answer it, or?
Well, like I said earlier, I had another discussion with the DG of Waltham. And like I said, not to bypass this question, but most of all these questions were all in the municipalities' limits. And all these questions actually should be issued and discussed with the municipality of Waltham,
Okay,
and not the
good.
MRC.
Okay, very good. Mayor Rochon, would you like to answer this question? The rules for ATVs and dirt bikes on the Black River Road?
So far, we just have from Trout Lake to the highway at John Evans's there, 148, to turn off to go up Black River.
Okie doke.
That's as far as we have right now. We don't have a link to Waltham yet.
Okay.
And that goes up as far as Trout Lake, and you can go through to Mansfield there.
Okay, great. Yes, that's the missing link that we're working on. Second question is, when can we expect the no parking signs on the Black River Road? Anything to say on that?
Yes, they'll be going up shortly.
Good, excellent. Third question, is it possible to have some calcium put on the road? Because there's approximately 8 people that live within a short distance. I guess it's pretty dusty.
Whereabouts is this?
The actual address is not given, just his address in Pembroke. So I think the best bet is I'm just going to pass this on to you, and you and your council can get in touch with him. You would know.
Very good.
You'd know his address by his name, I think, but I'll just say the last point. He said he's wondering if the road could be graded after a long weekend instead of before, as the heavy traffic will be over. So that's just something to think about.
What?
Okay. Thank you very much. That's great. And could I remind everyone, please, to turn your microphones off? Unless you're speaking, if you could please keep your microphone off, that would be great, just because it's a little bit distracting. All right, thank you. We'll go to accounts paid. Annie Vinecore, please.
Okay, hello everyone. So the list of accounts for the TNO this month is $72,988. The bigger portion of that was one bill from Rexfode for road work that was done back in 2020 for about $50,000.
Okay, great. Are there any questions about that expenditure or in finances in the TNO? All right, could I please have a resolution then to
That's Donnie.
oppose? Thank you very much, Donnie. All those in favor? Opposed, and that carries. Thank you. We'll go now to the TNO 2020 financial statements. This is just for information, Annie. Go ahead.
Okay, so we'll be presenting the TNO 2020 financial statements, which I will share my screen. I have the document. Can everybody see it?
I see your name that you've started screen sharing, but I don't see it just yet.
Okay, it might take a minute.
Okay, no problem.
But we have with us our auditor, Simon Thibault, who will do the presentation in French, and I can translate as needed.
Okay, perfect.
It's up now, Annie.
Don't see it. It's up now? Okay.
Donc,
Okay, so you can see it.
oui. Je pense même que tu peux rapetisser si tu veux le format. Par le plus ou moins, là, je pense qu'il est à, ouais, il est à 116 là, ouais, exactement ça. Je pense que ça va être plus facile.
Bon.
Je te guide.
OK, oui.
Super. Alors, bonsoir tout le monde. J'espère que ça va bien, malgré tous les temps difficiles qui s'acharnent sur nous. Donc, ce soir, je vais être bref. En fait, je m'en viens vous présenter vraiment les états financiers de TNO. Pour ceux et celles, je vais en parler tout de suite, la MRC de Pontiac sera présentée ultérieurement pour des raisons de comptabilité. Il y a eu de l'information supplémentaire. Donc, c'est la raison pour laquelle ce soir, je ne peux pas vous les présenter. Il va rester des petits ajustements comptables. Donc, ce soir, c'est vraiment le TNO que je viens vous présenter. Donc, Annie, je t'invite à descendre environ 2-3 pages. C'est le rapport de l'auditeur. En fait, comme à chaque année, vous savez, le rapport, le PDF, il est de 96 pages. C'est les états financiers qui appartiennent à la MRC de Pontiac. Moi, les seuls rapports qui m'appartiennent, ce sont les rapports de l'auditeur indépendant au niveau de l'information financière et le rapport de l'auditeur indépendant pour le taux global de taxation qui est présenté un petit peu plus loin. Je ne ferai pas un gros survol des rapports parce qu'en fait, c'est identique à l'année passée. Donc, le modèle de rapport n'a pas changé. Ce sont les mêmes paragraphes, simplement pour conclure en disant que tout a bien été dans la vérification des livres de la MRC et il n'y a pas de conclusion ou d'opinion avec réserve. En anglais, il y avait ça de qualified opinion. There is no qualified opinion in the auditor's report. OK? Donc, pour ça, je vais tout de suite commencer à aller avec l'état des résultats qui est 2 pages plus loin. Peut-être 3. Exactement. Donc, pour faire un survol au niveau de l'état des résultats, Je vais y aller vraiment avec la ligne 13. La ligne 13 indique les revenus totaux. Donc, au niveau de la réalisation, donc pour l'exercice 2020, 1 055 000 versus le budget 699 000, ce qui représente une différence de 355 000. Essentiellement, là, la variation provient de la ligne 4, transfert. Le 200 000 budget, c'est les baux de villégiature. Mais à ça, on n'avait pas inscrit les subventions pour, de la faune et le ministère de la Forêt et de la Faune, qui représente le 269 000 $. Au niveau des charges, ligne 24, le solde actuel 2020, 745 000, budget 699 000. 699 000, donc la différence, 45 000. Essentiellement, là, il y a eu des économies de 5 000 $ au niveau des déchets et de certaines dépenses. Sinon, l'autre variation, c'est vraiment l'amortissement qui a été comptabilisé dans l'exercice. Donc, la différence nette entre la ligne 13 et la ligne 25, tantôt on disait 355 000 revenus, 45 000 dépenses, donc la variation nette est de 310 000. Je vais vous expliquer un petit peu plus tard pourquoi elle est importante. Je te laisse traduire, Annie.
Okay, so for the TNO revenues are a total of $1,055,626 compared to the budget, which was $699,809. The difference is due to the grants that we get for the road projects and bridges from the ministry. So that's mainly the difference there. And then in the expenses, we have a total of $745,689 versus a budget of $699,809. There was a few expenses that were lower, like garbage waste management, a little bit there. And so the total difference between revenue and expenses are $309,937.
I forgot to explain that on the line 10, autres revenus, there's a big difference between the budget and what really happened. We have a PRDF, the $83,000, the $4,000 for the, I think it's Cheyenne Road in Shinboro. There's also a taxation for Rapid des Joachim of $11,000. That explains the difference between the 110,000 and 19,000. Okay. À la page suivante.
Just a moment. I have a question.
Yep.
I received a letter from a resident in Campbell's Bay who pays taxes into the TNO, and his concern was the amount that is budgeted for administration. And I see that it's an increase from last year, I guess, of about 22,000. So he just thought overall in the budget, the percentage he found a bit high. So I just wanted to ask, in case he's watching, how many people do we employ? How many people come under the TNO umbrella for staff?
It's the staff of TNO. Go ahead.
I'll ask Annie. Probably Annie would know best.
There's administration fees that are paid to the MRC because it's MRC staff that manages the TNO.
Right.
So there's a few, people involved. I mean, Jason obviously plays a large role in there. There's a couple of us touching financing and taxation and
leases and things like that. Yes. Okay. So really the administration of the TNO is done, of course, from this building, from the MRC. Okay, perfect. Thank you. I just wanted to ask that question on his behalf.
Mais je voulais en parler un petit peu tantôt, mais je vais en parler maintenant à la ligne 14 là, pour l'administration générale. Le budget 191 000, le réel 223 000. Il y a deux réponses à l'explication de la variation. La première, il y a l'amortissement. On a pris un amortissement de 12 000 $. Mais la deuxième, c'est la provision pour mauvaise créance de 23 000 $. En fait, il y a des contribuables qui paient des taxes de TNO, mais depuis plusieurs années ne paient plus. Ils ne sont plus propriétaires. mais à chaque année, on continue de les taxer car dans le système, leur matricule est inscrit. Donc, il y a une taxation qui se génère automatiquement, mais ces comptes-là, présentement, la MRC ne les encaissera pas. Donc, on a provisionné 100% de ce montant-là qui représente 23 000, donc qui représente une dépense comptabilisée pour l'exercice 2020.
Okay, so there was a provision, if we look at the administrative expenses on line 14, we'll see that the real expense compared to the budget is more for two reasons. There was amortization of 12,000, and then the rest was a provision taking for bad debt because there's some tax bills that are going out to people that won't be paying those bills because they don't have the lease anymore. So we had to take the provision to get those put back out, basically.
Donc, je t'invite à aller à la page suivante, qui devrait être la page au niveau du bilan. Donc, essentiellement, bon, vous avez la trésorerie, donc votre encaisse pour 116 000 $. Vous avez vos débiteurs, donc vos comptes à recevoir à la ligne 2, 539 000. Le 539 000 est constitué des montants suivants. Vous avez environ 32 000 $ des comptes de taxes à recevoir. À ça, on vient retrancher 23 000, ce qu'on vient de parler, le bad debt, la provision pour mauvaise créance. Vous avez environ 28 000 $ en TPS à recevoir, 17 000 en TVQ, 204 000 pour les baux de villégiature et 270 000 pour le ministère de la Forêt et de la Faune. Essentiellement, ce que je viens de vous parler, ça représente 528. Il reste quelques petits comptes ici et là à recevoir, là, mais essentiellement, c'est ce qui constitue le 539 611 $. Au niveau des créditeurs, 80 399, bon, le montant il est beaucoup plus haut parce que ça dépend toujours à quel moment TNO va réaliser ses dépenses. Mais essentiellement, ce qu'il faut savoir, c'est qu'il y a quand même 55 000 qui est les frais de gestion à payer à la MRC, qui est inclus dans le 80 000. Il y a un 10 000 également au domaine du lac Bryson. C'est les deux plus gros montants.
Okay, so in our assets, there's about 116,000, which is like the cash amount, and then accounts receivable for $539,611. That amount is made up of accounts receivables from taxes, about 32,000. Then we have to take out the 23,000 for the provision. There's 28,000 to be received in GST and 17,000 in QST. And then the larger amounts were 204,000 to be received from the leases and about 270,000 to be received from the ministry for the grants for the road projects. Then if we look at our accounts payables, they're larger than last year, $80,399. So we had in there 55,000 owing to the MRC for administration fees, and there was a $10,000 bill paid to the men like Bryson.
Si on descend un petit peu plus bas au niveau du bilan, on va retrouver les immobilisations et les autres actifs non financiers qui représentent les frais payés d'avance. Au niveau des immobilisations, l'année passée, il y avait 1 950 000. À ça, on vient ajouter les 487 000 $ d'acquisition cette année. Essentiellement, c'est pas mal tout de la construction de ponts et des routes par l'entreprise Construction GFK. On enlève l'amortissement de 102 000. Puis il y a également la disposition du véhicule. Donc, la MRC vous a vendu à la MRC un véhicule au montant de 8 000 $. Puis elle en a fait l'acquisition pour un autre F-150. Donc, ce qui représente le 2 326 000 des immobilisations en 2020. On va le voir un petit peu plus loin, mais à la ligne 23, le 2 907 000, là, il est constitué essentiellement de deux montants. Le premier montant qui est votre INALT, donc tout ce qui est immobilisation, donc 2 326 000. Et l'autre montant, 581 000, c'est votre surplus non affecté.
Okay, so just to explain the assets, the immobilisation. So there's 2,326,000 compared to 1.9 million last year. So the difference is what was acquired in 2020. So there was $487,000 that was all of the work that was done on the roads and the bridges. Then there was, we take out the amortization, $102,000. We also sold one of the Ford trucks to the MRC, and then the TNO purchased a new truck. The bottom line of $2.9 million accumulated surplus is actually made up of all of these assets together, which are the $2.3 million. And the difference between the two is actually your available accumulated surplus.
Ensuite de ça, si vous voulez, là, il faudrait que tu ailles à la page dans le PDF. Je ne sais pas c'est laquelle. Moi, je sais que c'est la page S17. Il devrait être environ la... Là, tu es à la S8. Donc, tu as quand même une bonne dizaine de pages à passer. Perfect. Remonte un petit peu. Excellent. Donc, en fait, ce qu'on vous a présenté, c'était l'état des résultats ainsi que le bilan. Les pages suivantes, ce sont les notes complémentaires, compte tenu que c'est un état financier audité, donc ça prend un jeu de notes complémentaires, mais il n'y a aucun changement, il n'y a aucune modification, aucune correction, aucun redressement. Donc, essentiellement, ce sont des notes standards que vous pourrez lire si vous en avez le besoin. Donc, c'est pour ça que je voulais aller directement aux informations qui est la plus importante à vos yeux. Donc, tantôt, on a dit revenus moins dépenses. Donc, la MRC a terminé avec un excédent de 309 937. À ça, on vient enlever l'amortissement parce que ce n'est pas une dépense financière. On vient ajouter les produits de cession et on vient enlever le gain sur la cession de 632. Qui est vraiment une conciliation à des fins fiscales. Si la MRC avait des dettes, on viendrait les ajuster là-dedans. Là, on va descendre un petit peu. Et ensuite de ça, on va le voir à la page suivante un petit peu plus tard, mais vous avez acquis, tantôt on parlait des immobilisations, vous avez acquis pour 487 000 $ en immobilisation qui ont été financés par les activités de fonctionnement, donc à même l'argent dans les comptes de banque. Vous n'êtes pas été en règlement d'emprunt, ni il n'y a pas de subvention autre que le ministère de la Fonde. Donc, c'est ça qui est à la ligne 19, activité d'investissement pour 487 250. La ligne 20, c'est le montant que vous aviez alloué lors du budget 2020. Donc, vous êtes allé chercher un excédent de 27 234. Donc, on vient l'utiliser pour l'exercice. Donc, tout ça mis ensemble fait qu'à la ligne 27, la TNO termine l'exercice financier avec un déficit de 39 240. D'entrée de jeu, tantôt, je vous avais mentionné que les revenus versus budget, il y avait 355 000. Les dépenses, il y avait 45 000 supplémentaires, ce qui représentait le 310 000 d'augmentation. Mais là, on vient enlever le 487 000 de dépenses, ce qui nous donnait le 110, puis on fait l'ajustement au niveau des amortissements. C'est ça qui vient constituer le 39 000. Donc, s'il y en a qui veulent juste comprendre d'où il vient, là, c'est vraiment un jeu dans l'amélioration des chemins. Il y a juste eu un petit peu plus de dépenses cette année.
So for this page, it just kind of explains, starting off with what we saw earlier when we looked at the difference between revenues and expenses, and the difference which was $309,000. So to that, we then have to do an exercise. We have to take off amortization, which isn't an actual expense. We also have to add the $8,000 for the truck that was sold to the MRC, and take out the $632 gain sur cession. So that's a total of $110,000. Then we have that extra, all the road maintenance, $487,000. So in the end, we actually end up with a deficit of $39,240. And the main reason for that was extra expense on the roads.
La page suivante, il vient présenter les investissements de l'exercice. Donc, le 487 250 que vous avez, il est expliqué ici. Donc, il y a à la ligne 3, sécurité publique, 19 372. En fait, c'est le garage. À la ligne 4, pour le transport, c'est le véhicule F-150. Et la ligne 7, au niveau des infrastructures, le 427 000, ce sont vraiment, c'est toutes les infrastructures sur la route.
So this page just shows the breakdown of this $487,000. Public security, $19,372 is expenses so far on the TNO garage. Transport, $40,690 was the purchase of the new truck. And the balance of the $427,000 was actually the work done on the roads.
La dernière page que je vais vous présenter, c'est la page S23. C'est elle qui vient présenter les excédents déficit cumulés. Exactement celle-là. Un petit peu plus haut. Elle devrait, la première page S23. OK, super. Donc, tantôt, je vous disais, le 2,9 millions, il est constitué de 2 chiffres. Donc, l'INALT, c'est vos immobilisations. Donc, ce n'est pas de l'argent, c'est des actifs, 2,3 millions. Et votre excédent de fonctionnement non affecté. Donc, vous avez commencé l'exercice avec un excédent de 620 000. À ça, on vient enlever le déficit d'environ 40 000 $, ce qui représente le 581. Donc, c'est 581 000 $ de liquidité qui peut être affectée, utilisée par TNO.
Okay, so this page shows the accumulated surplus for the TNO. It just explains the number that we saw a while ago, the 2.9 million, how it's made up of the 2.3 million, which is all of the assets, and then the difference of $581,255 is the available accumulated surplus, which has lowered a bit from last year because of the deficit this year.
Et brièvement, il est loin, je pense qu'il est dans des alentours de la page 70, Annie, mais c'est la page S33 au niveau du taux global de taxation. Donc, compte tenu que j'ai un rapport de l'auditeur sur le taux global de taxation, exactement celui-là. Plus dans le bas, je vous dirais. Donc, au niveau des revenus de taxes, c'est 331 000. Il n'y a aucune variation avec le budget, mais je voulais juste vous montrer la ligne 14. Donc, votre taux global de taxation, il est 1,33. Essentiellement, il est le même que l'exercice précédent. Il n'y a pas eu de mise à jour importante au niveau de TNO. Donc, la richesse foncière qui est présentée aux lignes 11 et 12 est restée identique durant l'exercice. Donc, il n'y a aucune maison qui a pris de la valeur ni qui a perdu de la valeur. Probablement que ça va changer au cours de l'exercice prochain. Donc, c'est pour ça que j'en parlerai pas trop parce qu'il n'y a eu aucun changement. Tout avait bien été fait là-dessus. Donc, pour moi, ça... Vas-y. Go ahead.
This page just shows the global taxation rate. So what was budgeted for taxes at $331,540 is actually what was taxed, and the valuations haven't fluctuated from last year. So the global taxation rate has remained at 1.3392.
Donc, moi, ça fait le tour des états financiers, du moins de ce que je voulais vous montrer qui était le plus essentiel dans les états financiers. C'est sûr, je reste à votre disposition si jamais vous avez des questions plus pointilleuses ou pour de meilleures explications.
Are there any questions? Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so that's it for the presentation. I'll just close
All right.
the document. And I think the next point is the adoption of these financial
Resolution.
statements.
Okay. And so,
Right.
Simon, merci beaucoup pour votre présence ce soir. And bon travail, good work. And thank you, Annie. So do I have, I need someone to move this resolution, please. Moved
I'll
by,
move it.
thank you, Jim Gibson. All those in favor? Opposed, and that carries. Thank you. Now we will go on. Thank you, Annie. Go on to number 12, the adoption of the budget maintenance of multi-use forestry roads, 2021. Jason Durant.
Yes, hi, everybody. Sorry that we brought this a bit late, but what it comes up to is asking resolution for our annual budget for the maintenance of our multi-use roads. So, which means which is an amount of $142,500 for the maintenance.
Can I just ask a question? Do you know, Jason, how that compares to what we usually budget?
Well, this has been the same budget for at least for the last 2 years.
Okay, Jason.
I'm not aware of what's been before, but this is at least for the third year, the same amount.
Very good. Thank you. Are there any questions of Jason Durant on this? Otherwise, could I have someone move the resolution? Moved by
Doris.
Doris Ranger. All those in favor? And opposed? That carries. Thank you very much. We'll go on now to, so that was the list of the actual roads and the kilometers that are going to be done. Okay, so number 13, protocol agreement between the TNO and the ZEX. Jason Durant will need a resolution.
Yes, resolution to mandate the director of territory to sign the agreement, protocol agreement with the ZEX. I would like to specify that what's been brought up to plenary, we did added that we will still try to get in touch with the ZEX administrator to try to have maybe to find a solution for the people, when there's multiple lease owners. So we'll try to, how can I say it, améliorer, to actually have something better for this situation. So we'll do that during summertime.
Sounds good. Any questions of that? Could I have someone move the resolution then for the protocol agreement? Moved by Maurice Beauregard. All those in favor? Opposed, and that carries. Okay, thank you, Jason. So now we will close the sitting. I need a resolution to do that. Moved by Alain Gagnon. All those in favor? Opposed, and that carries. Thank you very much. That's the end of our TNO meeting. And now we will open our MRC Council of Mayors meeting of April 21st. And I need a resolution. I've already taken the attendance, and I'm happy to say we have all 18 mayors present tonight. Could I have a resolution to open the meeting? Moved by Mayor Armstrong. All those in favor? Opposed, and that carries. The reminder as a ministerial decree that because of COVID-19, we can't meet face-to-face, and so we are required to video record this meeting. It's also on Facebook Live, and a copy of the recording of tonight's meeting should be available by tomorrow. Colleen Jones will post it on our MRC website. Number 3 is the declaration, the use of language of your choice. Je rappelle qu'il est important que toutes les personnes ici présentes puissent s'exprimer librement dans la langue de leur choix. Au besoin, une ressource de la MRC pourra assurer une traduction. The statement of decorum is simply just please be reminded that we are to conduct this meeting in a business-like fashion on behalf of the people of the Pontiac. If there are any inappropriate comments, I will stop the meeting and ask that person to apologize. Reading and adoption of the agenda. Could I have someone move a resolution to adopt the agenda?
Jane.
Yes.
Travis has as a proposition to change for the agenda.
Okay, Travis?
Yes, Madam la Préfète. Thank you, Madam Warden. Good evening, everyone. Indeed, if members of council are in agreement, Ms. Phillips would be introducing an additional item for their consideration when we get to the economic development section. This proposed resolution is in regards to the appointment of a member of the MRC team to the board of directors of Excellence Sportive Outaouais, a local organization here in the Outaouais. And from what I understand, there's a deadline as part of the process, and Ms. Phillips would like to proceed with this tonight. So if there are no objections, we'll add this item under section 15.
Okay, so it doesn't require a vote, Travis?
It does. This is a proposed resolution that members should be called
No,
upon.
I'm sorry, Travis, to add it to the agenda, we don't need to vote.
No, if there's essentially agreement.
Is there agreement with everyone to add this item? I'm sure there is. Okay.
Okay,
thank you
and
very much.
also, if I may, Madam Warden, just one other item really quickly, just to let yourself and members of the Regional Council know that before moving forward with the draft resolutions under our section, Mr. Lesage will also be speaking to an issue regarding the PPJ in the Shawville area. So we're going to start the regional infrastructure section with that specific item as well.
Who is going to be speaking on that?
So this will be Mr. Kim Lesage, and she'll basically, yes, have a few introductory remarks in regards to a situation concerning the PPJ in the Shawville area.
Great, okay.
For information
very much.
purposes. You're welcome.
So with those changes or amendments to the agenda, could I have someone move a resolution to adopt it? Moved by Mayor Kelly. All those in favor? Opposed, and that carries. Are there any declarations of interest or conflict on this agenda?
Yes, it's Winston.
Yes.
Any human resources items I'm declaring a conflict?
Mayor Sundstrom, you've already stepped down from the committee.
No, it doesn't have to do with the committee. It has to do with any hiring.
Decisions?
Yeah.
Okay, fine. Thank you very much. So we'll go on then to number 7, adoption of the minutes of the March 17th sitting. Could I have a resolution to adopt? Moved by Mayor Laporte. All those in favor? Opposed, and that carries. Number 8, adoption of the minutes of the March 24th sitting.
Ms. Warden?
Yes, go ahead.
I just wanted to ask if the those were sent to us. Were they sent to us? These are
Maybe with the I decide issue, were they sent, Travis?
Yeah, if I may, Madam Warden, these minutes, both sets of minutes were sent with the agenda on Sunday. So along with other documents that pertain to the various items featured on tonight's agenda, but the minutes for the TNO and these 2 sets of minutes from March were also sent along with the email on Sunday.
Very good. Okay, Mayor Newberry, great, thank you. So we will now go to the adoption of the minutes of the March 24th sitting, moved by Mayor Newberry. All those in favor? Opposed, and that carries. Thank you. Warden's report. So since our last council meeting, I was asked to be a speaker on the Western Quebecers Zoom coffee hour. We had an HR meeting. I had a meeting with an investor about a local mill, a new investor. Every week we have the pandemic meetings with the CISO and the M&As and the other wardens. I had an interview with a student journalist. The CPO had a meeting, obstetrics committee, pandemic again, municipal forum, the MFFP. I attended the presentation of the new project office, mise en valeur des volumes de bois toujours disponibles en Outaouais et dans les Laurentides. And so any new projects in forestry now go to this mobile center. It's not an actual office that's located anywhere. And it's staffed basically by MFFP, Investment Quebec, and MEI, Ministry of, and it has been put into place to help move projects along with less red tape. FQM attended a meeting, Picanock, CPAWS, Ottawa River Waterway Committee, the MERN, Advisory Committee for the Strategic Vision with other mayors, Flood Prevention Task Force, a meeting with Chantal Lamarche to discuss some files, Hand to Me Again, Tourism Outaouais. I participated in the procession for Natalie Soucy in Fort Calange. I attended the SOFU press conference in Maniwaki, and we're going to be voting on a resolution to support Valley de la Gatineau tonight. A planning meeting, a discussion about Lac Les Paul. Met with Francis and Cletus Shea. A meeting in Mansfield, a meeting with Andre Fortin. Investment Committee, had a meeting with Nicole Thompson, Hand to Me, an interview with Ken Barabay, who is working on a project about the MRC Pontiac for his MBA. TDSP, phone call with Michelle Laporte. Also had another meeting with Ken Barabay. Portage Council meeting, attended it. Planning meeting, MTQ press conference, a meeting with Colleen Jones. Plenary meeting, a meeting with Pat Hines about forestry. CPO, Matthew Lacombe and France Dumont, and the Mayor of Gatineau about the need for more human resources in the Outaouais with the COVID. They are missing about 50 people. And so you might have heard a few days ago, I made an announcement to our general population, and I was told I needed to recruit 25 people, and they were for positions to include cleaners, 10 people for the Campbell's Bay RA vaccination center, and also 10 people for a mobile unit that's going to go around. This is for the general vaccination that will take place for people who are 45 years of age and under, but will not include children at this point. And so I am just so amazed at the spirit and the community spirit and the desire to respond to the call to help us get everybody vaccinated. To date, I've heard from 44 people, so it's amazing. And so I submitted the list to the CISO, and those people should be contacted this week. And this program should be up and running in another week or two. As you know, the Premier plans to have all vaccination accomplished in the province by June 24th. This is the date that we're working towards, and we hope we're going to notice a big difference after that. The NCC, the Nature Conservancy, had a conference one evening on the Western chorus frog. So I attended that to learn how to train for inventory. And I know Alex Savoy-Perron has also been recently out. This is in Bristol, where they have found the chorus frog. Regroupement des Communautés Forestières, that's an FQM committee I sit on. Briefing with FCM Rural Transportation with Minister Monsef. Press conference on l'Internet Haute Vitesse dans l'Outaouais. Another pandemic meeting. 7 p.m. info meeting that we had this week with all the mayors and Dr. Pinard, Geneviève Cote, and France Dumont. And also Martin Perron for the SQ. And it was just an opportunity for us all to ask questions about the new restrictions, about the controlled access on the borders, and to get some information on COVID cases in Pontiac. CSP meeting, Flood Prevention Task Force, and today the Commission sur l'état des lieux et la gestion des résidus ultimes. The BAP are starting to do a series of conferences and meetings all over Quebec about what different regions want to do about waste management. So that is the end of my warden report. Are there any questions? Okay. It's just for information. And now it's the chance for the mayors. I know that there are very constricted activities right now, but does anyone have any announcements they'd like to make about their municipalities or any upcoming events? So we'll just start right at the top with the attendance sheet. Mayor Sundstrom.
Oh, I don't have anything, thanks.
Okay, Mayor.
Nothing.
Mayor Orr,
Nothing.
Mayor Alain Gagnon,
Yes, two little points. Notre comité de revitalisation, they're organizing a spring cleaning of the municipality. So Saturday, May 8th, volunteers will be appointed streets to pick up garbage and ditches. You know, in the springtime, you get cans of any kind and papers or and also Saturday, May 29th, they'll be organizing a municipal garage sale. Everybody will do it from their own land, of course, because of COVID. So everybody's invited to do a tour of the municipality and go house to house and see what they can buy.
okay, I guess with masks on.
Of course.
Okay, thank you. That's good to hear all your activities, Mayor Gagnon. Mayor Beauregard,
All quiet in Campbell's Bay this one.
okay. Mayor Donnie Gagnon,
Nothing to report.
okay. Mayor John Armstrong,
Yes, we have a new chip stand in Clarendon. Billy T's pizza place. He's opened up a chip stand beside it, plus a smoker for anybody that likes that type of meat. And he's been quite busy so far, so that's something new in our area.
that's wonderful. Excellent, thank you. Mayor Laporte,
Nothing to report.
okay. Mayor Newberry,
Nothing to announce.
okay. Pro Warden Carte Villeneuve,
Nothing to report.
Mayor Dion,
Nothing to report.
okay. Marilyn Cameron,
Report. Nothing, thanks.
okay. Mayor James Gibson,
Yes, well, just for information, on April 1st, we had the health services come up to the Rapids and vaccinate almost everybody in the village, and they're coming back, I think, June to do the second one. We're also having a big pickup on May 25th for all the extra furniture that people want to throw out. That's it.
yes, that you vaccinated, I think, 83 people, isn't that right, Mayor Gibson? I mean, that was
Yeah.
amazing.
86.
86, that's
Yeah.
amazing. Good for you.
Yeah.
And I understand that Andre Fortin's office were helpful. And also I heard through Matthew Lacomb's office that they assisted as well. So that's
Yes.
really great.
Yes, that was great. Yeah.
Mayor Murray,
Nothing to report.
okay. Mayor Ranger,
Okay, can you hear me now?
yes, we can.
Okay, I was on mute. Just for information, Father Tim Moyle, who has been with us for a number of years now, will be celebrating his last mass in our parishes, and he will move on to Mattawa. Father Scott Murray. I believe he was a member of the Flying Fathers. Maybe he still is. He's going to be our new parish priest.
Oh, okay. Thank you for letting us know. Mayor La Riviere,
Nothing to report.
okay. Mayor Kelly,
Nothing to report.
thank you. Mayor Rochamp,
Nothing to report.
okay. Thank you very much. We don't have any e-questions for the public council meeting. Now, coronavirus follow-up. I have one thing that was brought to my attention by Mayor John Armstrong. It was in the newspaper and it was a headline and might have given a slightly wrong impression. And so I just want to clarify on behalf of the MRC. Basically, it said that the MRC was closed because of a lack of personnel. And so just to explain what this meant, it was a temporary situation. By tomorrow, we're going to be back to normal, back to usual. But based on the Premier's announcement, it is obligatory right now to work from home. And that still means that we're open for business. All of our staff are available and can be reached by email or phone. The AAQ office, where for payment of fines, taxes, leases, had a bit of an issue in this past week because some of our personnel there had to stay at home because, as you know, we've had COVID instances in some of our schools, and entire classrooms have had to stay home. And of course, parents have to stay home with their children. So this was why, but the office has been open. It's just that the door is locked and there isn't always someone right there to open it. So we just ask for everybody's understanding and patience through this. And now I had reported to me by Bernard Waugh that the isolation is over by tomorrow. And so people will be back to work. So I hope that explains what that newspaper article was about. And it was just a sudden situation. It's happening in many businesses. In fact, I know there are banks that have, and other businesses that have had to completely close for the same sort of reason. Now, Bernard, I wanted to just, under the coronavirus update, the CISO had a press conference today, and I tuned in and listened. And as of today, in the Outaouais, we're at 10,602 cases, with an additional 101 new cases, with 962 active. In the Pontiac, we have 52 active, but that's the RLS Pontiac, including Quio as well. It's really frustrating that they do not update the municipal numbers more than once a week. I had been promised that in our case that I could get numbers Monday, Wednesday, Friday, but it's not happening. So by tomorrow, we should know exactly. But as we know, 12 of our 18 municipalities have historically had COVID since March 2020. And the good news is that there is a slight decrease in active cases, so that's good. We're not quite stabilized, but our overall number, considering, last September, MRC Pontiac had no cases. We've certainly seen a lot of growth just in the last month and a half. We also learned that 90% of the cases, active cases in the Outaouais, are the new variant. But it is the UK variant, and it is covered by the vaccination. And with 50 plus and under, it's representing 75% of our new cases. And that's an interesting statistic because before we had heard it was affecting everyone 65 and over. So you can see it has gone to younger ages, and the hospitalization with the variant is very high, and it's too soon to say right now that we have regained control. Emergency measures have been extended by the Premier until May the 2nd. The curfew is still 8 to 5 a.m. And one thing that is prohibited, if you see it in your municipalities, you must speak up and say something. No gathering inside or outside of private residences. Working from home is mandatory. And Bernard, did you have anything you wanted to add just about the MRC operations?
Yeah, but back to what you said about here, the service we provide to the population, I just want to apologize for all the inconvenience it might have caused to the population, and I want to thank people for the patience. So thank you. That's all.
Thank you very much, Bernard. Thank you. Okay, we'll go to finances, Annie Vaillancourt, and we'll need a resolution on your accounts payable and everything else. Go ahead.
Okay, so just to give you the number for the accounts receivables at this point are $2,208,861. We have a list of accounts payables. So the total for that list is $202,727,000.28. And a list of checks which totals $269,724.04. And of course, there were no travel expenses.
Okay, great. Are there any questions of Annie Vaillancourt? If not, could I please have someone move this resolution? Moved by Mayor John Armstrong. All those in favor? Opposed, and that carries. Now we'll go on to, thank you, Annie. We'll go on to general administration. So Bernard Waugh, First on the HR committee replacement, a resolution. Go ahead, Bernard.
Yeah, this resolution is to appoint Mayor Maurice Beauregard as member of the HR committee, replacing Ms. Mayor Winston Sundstrom.
Okay. Could I have someone move that resolution, please? Moved by Mayor Donnie Gagnon. All those in favor? Opposed? And that carries. Thank you. Number 12, the awarding of the contract for professional services for the realization of the process of sale of immovables for non-payment of taxes. A resolution, Bernard.
Yeah, as you know, it is the MRC jurisdiction to proceed with the sale of immovables for non-payment of taxes according to the municipal code, sections 10, 22, and following. The MRC invites service provider to submit a bid for tax sale processes for year 2021, 2022, and 2023, 3 years. We received one bid. The service provider is Maître Marie-Josée Beaulieu, and she is from the firm RPGL. Her fee will be for 2021 for $100, for year 2022 for $110, and year 2023 $420. The bid is in conformity. So I recommend to carry out the process of sale to Marie-Josée Beaulieu and to authorize the warden and the DJ to sign all required documents.
Okay, very good. Thank you. Any questions? Is your hand up to move it?
Yes.
Okay, thanks. Moved by Mayor LaRiviere. All those in favor? Opposed? And that carries. Thank
And
you.
if I can just remind you that the public auction will be held on September 9th, 2021, and Mrs. Maître Beaulieu will be introduced to your DJ next week.
Okay, great. Thank you very much. 14.3, the signing authority deed of sale, Bernard Waugh, resolution.
Yeah, this resolution is to authorize the DG and or the warden to sign the deed prepared by Maître Mireille Allary for lot 3702365 in the municipality of Tourne.
Okay. Moved by Pro Warden Cartier Villeneuve. All those in favor? Opposed? And that carries. Thank you. 14.4, the land use plan and Monsieur Valaquette, Bernard Waugh, a resolution.
Yeah, as you know, the revision of the land use plan is a long process. It starts, the last revision was in 2001, so 20 years ago. And we started a new revision process last year with the writing of a draft of the strategic vision statement. The public consultation were held in late summer and fall 2020. We, for your information, plan to table for final adoption this draft statement of strategy vision before summer 2021. But it's still just the beginning. After that, we will start the writing of the new plan, which consists of at least minimum 9 chapters. Considering the magnitude of the task of revision of land use plan, we propose to hire Monsieur Jean-Pierre Valiquette, who is an external professional in support and will be in support to our MRC planner. For your information, Mr. Valiquette was recently in charge of adapting the urban regulations in the municipality of Gracefield, so it's north of the MRC. And to adapt those regulations to the draft revised land use plan of the MRC Vallée de Gatineau. Mr. Valiquette was also served in the past as a deputy director of the urbanism department in the city of Gatineau from 2016 to 2019. He also was a deputy director, then a director of the urbanism department in the municipality of Lange-Gardien from 2003 to 2010. And he was also director of many other municipal organizations and ministries. The agreement is that he will work with our planner for a maximum of 15 hours a week from the next month to the end of the year.
So this is a temporary position coming in to help to accomplish something. He has a lot of experience and the money is already accounted for in the budget. Okay, very good. Would someone move this resolution, please? Moved by, thank you, Mayor Newberry. All those in favor? Opposed, and that carries. Thank you. We'll go on then to 14.5, Bernard, the MRC representative for the Ticaro Board resolution.
Yeah, is to reappoint Mrs. Lise Romain as representative of the MRC on the board of the Ticaro. For your information, Mrs. Romain is also a councillor in the municipality of Falklands and was also the MRC representative sitting on the board of the Ticaro since many years.
Yes, and she offered her services again. Okay, thank you. Could someone move this resolution, please? Moved by the Mayor of Fort Collonges, Debbie Laporte. All those in favor? Opposed, and that carries. Thank you. 14.6, information. Mr. Roy, assessment.
Yeah, shortly, I remind you that the Pontiac is a large territory, 20,000 properties, and a large part of these properties, and I have the numbers, more than 7,000 are cottages. And usually cottagers are very hard to reach for an update of their property. On the other hand, there were in the last years many specific action like renovation cadastrale and equilibrations that cause temporary imbalances in inspection, but usually it self-corrects after a year or a few months. I would say also that more importantly were the flood 2017, the flood 2019, the COVID sanitary restriction in 2020, and also in 2021. Those events has impacted the planned schedule of inspection. And that's why, in order to handle this situation, we took a decision which consists in three aspects. The first one, you may be aware that we post again the job description, and we are hoping to hire at least two more inspectors for the Department of Assessment. And I take this opportunity to address a special invitation to students who want a well-paid job during summer, working outside and meeting people. So you're welcome to submit your resume to the MRC. Also, we will extend the agreement, and that will be the next item with the FQM. And the FQM will support us and provide one resource, human resources, to do some inspection here in the MRC Pontiac. And finally, well, to keep good collaboration with municipalities, and on this aspect, maybe we are we're imaginative, and we will find some ways to be more productive, more efficient, to do the best job we can do for the assessment. That's a short report, and I'm closing here. I'm ending here.
Any questions or comments about this? I know that I think it might have been Mayor Sundstrom who suggested university students, and I'm happy to see that you are initiating that, Bernard, and I think it would be a great opportunity. And we certainly need this important work done. So that was just for information. Now we have a resolution for the assessment department, 14.7, Bernard.
Yeah, as I just mentioned, so I propose a resolution to mandate the FQM for the realization of 500 inspections on the territory of the MRC at a cost of $80 per inspection, and it will start by June 2021.
Okay. Could I have someone move that resolution, please? Moved by Mayor LaRiviere. All those in favor? Opposed, and that carries. 14.8, the MMQ information.
Yeah, the MMQ just asked us to inform you that the MRC has received from this municipal insurer a dividend of the amount of $1,617. Just it's for your information. It's our insurer, and it was created by the municipalities maybe 20 years ago.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much, Bernard. I think that's the end of your items.
Yeah.
We'll go now to economic development to Cindy Phillips. And we'll begin with 15.1 recommendations, donations, and sponsors. Cindy, a resolution for the SSA.
Yes, the first resolution is for the sponsorship in the amount of $180 for l'École secondaire Sieur du Clanche to support their annual yearbook.
Okay, thank you very much. Could I have someone move this resolution? Moved by Mayor Gilles Dion. All those in favor? Opposed, and that carries. 15.2, a resolution from the Investment Committee.
Yes, following the regular meeting of the Investment Committee, which was held on April 7th, 2021, the recommendations are as follows. MRC CI 2021-0405. The Investment Committee recommends to the Regional Council of the MRC Pontiac to approve the extension of a grant until October 31st, 2021. And MRC CI 2021-0406. There's a recommendation in the amount of $20,000 to grant a subsidy for the startup of a tourism business.
Okay, thank you. Could I have someone move the resolutions? Moved by Mayor Beauregard. All those in favor? Opposed, and that carries. Thank you. 15.3, emergency aid fund for SMEs. Cindy Phillips.
Yes, so in April, we received one application for an emergency aid loan, which was received, analyzed, and approved by the Investment Committee. So you have a resolution before you to adopt the list of loans granted under the Emergency Assistance Program for SMEs as presented by the Investment Committee.
Very good. Thank you. Could I have someone move this resolution? Moved by Mayor Jim Gibson. All those in favor? Opposed? And that carries. Thank you. 15.4.1, the loisir culturel et culture pour les aînés. Cindy Phillips, resolution.
Yes. So within the framework of the new Cultural Development Agreement 2021 to 23, there is an amount reserved for projects in cultural leisure in the amount of $5,000 and an amount of $4,000 for cultural activities dedicated to seniors. And so you have a proposal to launch a call for projects in May for the programming to take place this summer and fall. A sum of $1,000 would be available for each eligible activity recommended by the Analysis Committee and accepted by the mayors. The schedule for this call for projects is as follows. May 7th, launch date for the call for projects with a closure of June the 4th. June 7th, the analysis of the submissions. And June 16th, the presentation to the Council of Mayors and a resolution for adoption with the announcement of the projects slated for June 17th. So you have a resolution before you to launch this call for projects for both the cultural leisure stream as well as culture for the elderly as presented.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you. Could I have someone move this resolution?
I will.
Thank you. Moved by Mayor Kelly. All those in favor? Opposed, and that carries. 15.5, the extension for FAR Territorial Marketing Project. Resolution.
Yes. In 2019, we were approved for a territorial marketing project through the FAR Fund from the Ministry of Municipal Affairs and Housing. This project is well underway and is slated to end at December 31st, 2021. However, there is at least one element within this project, which is a training component for the municipalities, which is now proposed to take place in 2022. And therefore, you have a resolution before you to prolong the end date of the project until December 31st, 2022.
Okay, thank you. Could I have someone move this resolution?
Doris,
Thank you. Moved by Mayor Ranger. All those in favor? Opposed, and that carries. 15.6, Projet FRR, volet 1 proposé. Resolution, Cindy Phillips.
Yes, sorry, I didn't translate that. So there will be a call for projects under stream 1 of the Ministry of Municipal Affairs and Housing's Regions and Rurality Fund. I expect the announcement of the call for projects would be coming in the coming weeks. The MRC would like to submit a funding request for the implementation of the comprehensive attraction strategy, which will stem from the territorial marketing project currently underway. And so you have before you a resolution naming myself and Mr. Bernard Roy, the DG, as signatories on the application and all the relevant documents.
Okay, thank you. Are there any questions on this? Okay, seeing none, could I have someone move the resolution, please? Moved by Mayor Alain Gagnon. All those in favor? Opposed, and that carries. Thank you. 15.7, the FRR volet 2, projet structurant Pont Félix Gabriel Marchand, demande de changement. Resolution, go ahead.
Yes, we had a development project for the Félix Gabriel Marchand Bridge that was submitted and approved to Far West. And in the course of the progress of their project, they realized a difference of $5,000 between what was estimated when they first submitted the project to the analysis committee and the final costing on one element of the project. And therefore, they submitted a request to the Economic Development Department asking for a revision of the contribution amount percentage granted so that they would not lose out on any of the eligible subsidy that they had been awarded. And so therefore, you have a resolution before you which proposes to change the grant contribution rate from 20.08% to 20.66%, thus allowing the total of the grant to remain the same, and so that Far West would not lose out on any grant monies.
Okay, it's good that they realized that. Okay, resolution moved by Mayor Gilles Dion. All those in favor? Opposed, and that carries. Thank you. 15.8, the MRC representation for the Excellent Sportive Outaouais Board, Cindy Phillips. Resolution.
Yes, the Excellent Sportive Outaouais AGM is being held on April 28th, and a call for candidates has been launched for a seat that is open to a representative of the MRCs at the board table. So we would like to submit our Sports and Leisure Development Commissioner, Ms. Sabrina Ayers, as a candidate for this posting. And she is accepted to be put forth as a candidate, and all that is required is the support of mayors via this resolution. So you have a resolution before you that that Ms. Sabrina Ayers stand as a candidate for the board of directors of Excellence Sportive Outaouais.
Be great to have her there. And moved by Mayor Maurice Beauregard. All those in favor, and I hope we can record this as unanimous. Unanimous? Yes, thank you. Recorded unanimously. All the best to her. I guess.
Thank you very much.
You'll let us know if she was chosen.
I will.
Good. That completes your items, I guess. Does it? The one that you would ask to be added was this one.
That's correct.
Okay, thank you very much. Great job.
Thank you.
We go now to public safety. Julian Gagnon.
Yes, good evening, everyone. We have a resolution before you, which is a resolution in support of the resolution adopted by MRC Vallée de la Gatineau in regard to SUPFER and their decision to move their basically administrative services from the Maniwaki base to the base situated in Val d'Or, which would result in loss of some jobs in Vallée de la Gatineau, important high-paying jobs, among other requests that they have in this resolution.
Yes, and the impact of some of our Pontiac people who go up to Maniwaki to work, they prefer it being kept there too. Good. Could we have someone move this resolution? And this should also hopefully be unanimous. It will, I'm sure.
I'll move it, Jane.
Thank you very much. Moved by Mayor John Armstrong. All those in favor? And then if there's no one against it, it will be recorded as unanimous.
Jane, can I add, just ask a question of that? I know we're getting back Valley de Gatineau, but should we put our own resolution, Julia, supporting them, but also saying that we feel the same way, that we're not just supporting there, we feel exactly the same. We need the bombers here the same as they do. Whatever you like. I was just wondering if we should put our name on it also.
It'll be under our letterhead. Julian, what would you recommend? We could just add.
Correct. So we could add it to on our letterhead, stating that we are in support for the various reasons, among other things, the fact that we have some personnel working that is from and residents of the MRC Pontiac, which will also benefit from the decision to be against the Suffolk decision. So yes, in fact, that would be the best course of action.
Because of the proximity for us with Maniwaki versus Val-d'Or.
Yeah.
Correct.
Okay, is that good then, Mayor Armstrong?
That's great. No, I agree completely.
Thank you so much for adding that. And so it's under your name, and we did vote, and it is unanimous. So that is great. I don't think we need to vote it again. We've just added one sentence. Well, we will. We'll just
May I ask Julian something?
Yes, go ahead, Mayor Kelly.
Julian, why couldn't you send it to our next council meeting so we can also make a resolution
Sure.
at the council?
We can do that.
Send it out to all the
thank you.
councils. Okay, very good.
Yes.
Thank you, Mayor Kelly. Good idea. We're just going to vote again because we added a sentence. We just to make it completely official. We amended it. So once again, we're going to vote on the resolution for SOFU with what Mayor Armstrong has added. All those in favor? Opposed? And that carries unanimously. Thank you. Thank you, Julian. So now we go to Kim Lesage, 17.1, PPJ Shovel area concerning waste.
May I share my screen? Thank you. 1 second here. So we've received a number of complaints recently, but specifically this past week. Sometimes it happens in other towns, but recently it's been in Shovel about people dumping, and it's not the first time this happens, but people dumping their yard waste, their compost, even Christmas trees along the side of the PPJ trail. So first of all, this first picture, and does everybody see my screen? Should have checked that to begin with.
Yep.
This cyclopath picture. So we've posted that the trail is open on our social media, that the trail is open. However, our maintenance staff do not start till May 3rd. So there could be some debris or trees in the way, and that people could call us if they see anything that should be addressed right away. And then the second point is I have some pictures there because I think it's to the benefit of us all to just be aware of what's happening and to just maybe raise awareness. And we will be starting a little bit of an awareness campaign for what the laws are on the PPJ and just for respect for our trail, for our regional trail in the Pontiac. As you can see here, there's dumping of trees, of grass, of plants, of compost. So we're going to add a few new signs and do an awareness campaign on social media and on our website about our bylaw and how it works at the PPJ, and basically just asking that the PPJ is not a dumping ground for compost, yard waste, garden waste, litter. It's used for circulation of pedestrian, bicycles, and vehicles for disabled people. And please, for everyone to help us protect and conserve the beauty of this natural environment and ensure the cleanliness of its premises, the well-being and the tranquility of users. So this is just a point of information for the first point for everyone.
That was very well said.
Thank you, Jamie.
Thanks very much.
Good, thank you, Sandra. And if we
Okay,
do have
excellent.
any complaints, I would ask anybody to email me or phone me because we like to address people's concerns right away.
Yeah.
The second point.
That was just information. Okay, yes, keep going.
Now on my PDF, I have the numbers off because I didn't add the first point. But anyways, the next one is a resolution that we received from the MRC Papineau. And so we are proposing to support this resolution, which asks the Quebec government to make corrections to the new Engineering Act, which was adopted in September 2020, in order to avoid significant engineering costs for municipalities for certain more simple road work that could be done internally.
Good idea.
Mhm.
Okay, any questions or comments for Kim on that? Okay, if not, could I have someone move that resolution, please? Moved by Mayor Debbie Laporte. All those in favor? Opposed, and that carries. Excellent. And then Kim, 17.3, the navigation on the Ottawa River resolution.
Here again, proposing to support a resolution from Whitewater Region that was addressed to the Transport Minister. This resolution stems from the closure of the Ottawa River, which happened during the flooding of 2019, and which also had devastating impacts to the whitewater tourism industry. They're asking to be consulted prior to such navigational bans and also for some key locations to be excluded from these closures. So we've consulted our local rafting companies, which are Esprit Rafting, Horizon X, and Rafting Momentum, and they all support this resolution and would also want to be included in the consultation process. So we would therefore propose to support the resolution from Township of Whitewater Region, and also ask that our whitewater tourism operators be included in any future consultation process.
Okay, very good. Thank you. Did you have a comment, Mayor Newberry? Go ahead.
Yes, please. So I was all in support of this last week when we read it over the first time, but now I'm just thinking that if it's during extremely high waters, that it's not ideal for the rescues. You know, along Calumet Island, and it's difficult access to the river when it's that high. Where when they decide to shut it down, it's because it's ridiculous. So I'm not sure.
Will this resolution just start the consultation, Kim, or are we determining something right now, addressing Mayor Newberry's concern?
Yeah, and I also asked that question. I said it could be dangerous because of debris, and that's why they do have that ban. But the request is just to be consulted prior to this, so that the tourism industry of rafting be consulted prior to any of these bans, so that they have a chance to speak up.
Maybe the municipality of Calumet Island should be as well.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Our proposal, I'll just, oops, now I lost my PDF here. Okay. The proposal also states to send this to the Transport Minister, but also to the municipalities of the MRC Pontiac along the Ottawa River.
That the ban only affects our municipality. It's all along our.
Jane, can I talk?
Did everybody freeze for a moment there?
Jill wants the
I don't
question.
know. Okay, yes, go ahead, Mayor Dion.
The last time when we had the flood, there was a travel ban on the Ottawa River because people had sandbags alongside their houses, and if any boats were passing, they were creating waves, and it was very hard for them to keep the sandbags alongside their houses. So it made a lot of damage to some houses. So that's why they put a ban. So I don't know. Probably we should review it.
I can just say that for that, it wouldn't affect us because there's no homes along that section of Whitewater, so that wouldn't affect the bags. But Jill is right that was the main reason. So I would agree if we're going to get a copy of it, if we can be included there, that'd be great.
The whitewater rafting is just along a certain part, and I suppose Calumet Island is most impacted. And that's why you've got your rescue boat and everything else. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Just on that, I just want to add, we had an excellent final meeting of the Flood Prevention Task Force, and it was actually acknowledged that we've done well this year, and that actually Mayor Sundstrom was raising the concern that he thought we might have record low levels of water, but the Ottawa River Management Board don't seem concerned about it right now. But you know, I just want to say to all of you, and I know you share in this, thank heavens when we're dealing with COVID that we did not have to worry about a flood. And honestly, it's just so dry along the river. Normally where I live, it's a swamp at this time of year, every year. And that doesn't happen.
I'm so sorry.
What are you seeing, Mayor Newberry?
I'm sorry, Jane. I was just gonna say I would make the motion if we can be added in there, like, because it'd be a good idea if we want to if they put a ban and we want to reverse it, well, it'd be a good idea for us.
You'd like to be consulted.
Yeah.
Okay. Is that possible then, Kim?
We can add that if
you had said all municipalities along the Ottawa River, I think, but I think in
well,
particular.
that would be to send it, but we can add that into the consultation process here.
Okay, that would be great. Is that what you'd like, Mayor Newberry?
Please,
Okay.
that would be great.
Okay, and Mayor Newberry. Oh, did you? Yeah, okay. So let's vote on it as amended with that addition of consulting L'Île de Grand Calumet Municipality. All those in favor? Opposed, and that carries. Thank you. And 17.4, protection declaration for the chimney swift, the little bird. Resolution, Kim.
So the chimney of the Portage Stone School is occupied by the chimney swift. In French, that is the martinet ramoneur. So it's a bird at risk and protected by federal law. Since 1968, the decline of this bird has been 95%. So the Club d'Ornithologue of the Outaouais has asked us to sign an agreement of protection that we would adjust our chimney sweeping schedule to protect this chimney swift. In this next page here, I have, I guess, a picture of the bird itself. And I just wanted to raise a quick tidbit of information that it's an important ecological niche, this bird, because it eats thousands of flying insects per day. So I think it's to our interest to protect this bird. We have also some other pictures here and where it's found in Quebec. So since we own and manage the Stone School, we would propose to sign the promise of protection that they are requesting. We also do not use the chimney at the Stone School, so it's really a win-win situation. And then also the promise of protection states that the MRC would commit to perform chimney sweeping between September 1st and May 1st, which is when the swift is absent from this area. That we would not use any caps or screens to the existing chimney, and that we would contact Quebec Oiseau before undertaking any chimney renovations.
Okay, any questions or comments? Okay, could we have someone please to move this resolution? Moved by?
Mayor Murray.
Okay, Mayor Murray. All those in favor? Opposed, and that carries. Thank you very much, Kim. And you've got another item, 17.5, the lawn maintenance services, the contract for 2021.
Yes, thank you. The last point is we received a quote from Les Jardins Éducatifs du Pontiac for lawn maintenance at the MRC office for the 2021 season. They've been doing the lawn maintenance for several years now, and it's for an amount of $50 per hour for a duration of 26 weeks. So we would recommend to award the contract to the Jardin Éducatif, which is a local nonprofit organization.
Okay, very good. Any questions or comments? Perhaps moved by Mayor Donnie Gagnon. All those in favor? Opposed, and that carries. Thank you. Thank you very much, Kim.
Thank you.
Okay, we go to management of territory with Jason Durant. And
Hi, everybody.
First item is a presentation.
Yes, exactly. As demanded at the plenary, we will have Thierry Rainbow to come us and explain us the the plastic, the removal, the recovery of plastic, agricultural plastic project. So I'll give the stage to Thierry.
Okay, thank you very much.
So,
Welcome, Thierry.
hello, everyone. Do you hear me well?
Yes.
So I'm going to talk to you about that pilot project for collection of agricultural plastics. So first of all, I have to say that the funding is coming from Desjardins with the Fonds du Grand Mouvement, and GMRC and I are working with the MAPAC and the Credo. So that project is in 3 phases. So the phase 1, we are already in it, and it's 2021. The phase 2 will start in 2022, and the last phase in 2023. And so each phase includes 15 farms, and each farm will have a compactor to be able to compact the plastics. And depending on the location of the farm, they will have to bring the plastic compacted to a drop-off collection point, or directly to the business who will transfer the plastic bales. So for now, it's going to be sent to Joliette, to a cement plant for energetic valorization, but maybe in the future, we hope to send the plastic into a recycling plant. So that's it. That's a simple project, and it's already in. It's working well, and if some farmers are interested, they can contact me to have more information or be able to participate into the pilot project.
Thierry, do you by any chance in your presentation have the picture that was in the newspaper, or a picture of what the unit looks like? And if you don't, could you just describe what it looks like?
So I don't have any pictures right now and not ready, but it's like a big cage, a wood crate, and with the plunger. And so you put the plunger on the fork of the tractor, and you can compact the plastic you put in the cage before. That's pretty easy, but that's working very well.
I think it was Mayor Ranger maybe that asked if boat plastic, was it you that asked that question?
Yes.
Yes, go ahead and ask Thierry.
Thierry, yes, I was concerned in our area. We're concerned about the boat plastic.
Yeah, so for that specific project, it's for agricultural plastic, but maybe we can think about something else for the blue plastic to cover the boats. But we can maybe use the same process and send that to Joliette, to the cement plant. It's possible, but we need to analyze that situation.
But
and
I think
the plastic, go ahead, Doris. Pardon me, Mayor Ranger, did you have anything else you wanted to say?
wanted to add that's quite important, because right now that blue plastic is going into the garbage.
Okay.
So if it looks like the same plastic, something white, but a lot of the time you see blue plastic wrap. So
yeah,
if you could get back to us on that, if there's a way that they can even bale it, show somebody how to bale it. Like there's not, like our municipality didn't get a press this time. So we're sitting with the plastic still.
Yeah. And just on that note, there's a number of businesses in the Pontiac that kind of shrink wrap boats, and that you see them all being stored. Maybe even the business that you work with, Mayor Orr, I'm not sure if you do, but I've seen it anyways around the Pontiac, and I'm not sure what they do with that plastic. They probably pull it off, and maybe it just goes into the garbage like you were saying. So maybe we could have that analyzed to see if it's a similar kind of plastic as what's wrapping the bales of hay right now. Thierry, I had one other question. I was just so impressed when I saw this in the newspaper, because I think it's been a long time coming. I know that for a while you were doing some pilots in, I think, 3 different municipalities. So is this something that the government of Quebec has asked that the Pontiac do?
Yeah, it's in our waste management plant. So So we need to do something with that kind of plastic. So that's why I was working on that kind of project.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that's wonderful. Any other questions or comments? Otherwise, thank you very much for taking the time tonight and coming on to our meeting and presenting that, Thierry.
You're welcome.
Congratulations and well done. Félicitations. Merci.
Thank you.
Okay, so we have a resolution now for the signing authority pilot project for the recovery of agricultural plastics. Jason Durant.
Well, thank you, Thierry. So to go in the same way, we need a resolution for that Bernard can sign all the documents according with this project.
All right, could I have someone move this resolution, please? Moved by Mayor John Armstrong. All those in favor? Opposed? And that carries. Thank you. 18.3, the tree distribution 2021. Jason Durant, a resolution.
Yes, again, this is a resolution for to be a mandate to organize this tree day. As discussed, it's going to be as a pickup day, not the big event as we used to know it because of COVID, unfortunately. But we'll still have the activity to pick up the trees, and we'll have a date pretty soon there. We're still waiting on the logistic of tree arrival, but we should have a date that's pretty sure. Should be around the end of May. So we'll need a resolution to go ahead with this activity.
And will it be at the MRC parking lot?
Well, yes, it's probably exactly. It's going to be behind the MRC at the. We should have a screen tent, if in case it rains, and they'll still have some trees available by some municipalities as well. I know if certain municipalities they want to go ahead with and distribute some trees of their own.
Oh, and they'll take them to their municipalities. Yeah, that's
Exactly.
a good idea. Any questions or comments of the mayors? No? Okay, could I have someone move the resolution? Moved by Mayor Debbie Laporte. All those in favor? Opposed? And that carries. Thank you very much, Jason. I think that's everything. Good work. Okay, now we go to Alexandre Savoir-Perron, and you'll be...
Oui.
18.4, the repeal of resolution CM 2020-06-28 regarding the characterization of the natural and cultural landscapes of the Pontiac. Go ahead. Maybe you'd like to explain it a little bit.
Oui, donc bonjour. Donc ça concerne en fait, il y a deux résolutions. La première, ça porte justement sur l'abrogation de la résolution qui avait été prise au mois de juin l'an dernier. Pour une raison là, simple, en fait, c'est que l'organisme qui c'était censé être la chaire de paysage et environnement de l'Université de Montréal, mais cette chaire de recherche ne fait pas de mandat de travail sur le terrain. So basically, this resolution is to repeal a resolution from June of last year because we had plans to hire the Montreal University Landscape and Environment chair, but they informed us after we passed the resolution that they do not conduct such work, field work for municipal organizations. So they suggested that we would go ahead with a work co-op. Donc, ils nous ont proposé d'aller de l'avant avec la coop de travail Les 1000 lieux. That's the name of the co-op. Et donc, la résolution qui suit, dans le fond, c'est pour octroyer le mandat à la coop des 1000 lieux. So the first one is to repeal from last year, and the second one is to go ahead with the project, but with the work co-op.
Okay. Any questions or comments of anyone? Could I have someone move this resolution then, please? Moved by Mayor Newberry. All those in favor? Opposed? That carries. And then your other item, awarding of a contract by mutual agreement to Les 1000 Lieux work co-op for the characterization of the natural and cultural landscapes of the Pontiac.
Oui, donc c'est la suite dans le fond, ce serait de octroyer le contrat là, pour des travaux qui débuteraient probablement en mai jusqu'au mois de mars peut-être l'an prochain. So this would be to hire the co-op to conduct work from May of this year and possibly up to around March of next year. Yeah.
Okay, very good. Thank you. Could I have any questions or comments? Could I have someone move this resolution?
Doris,
Moved by Mayor Ranger. All those in favor? Opposed, and that carries. So thank you very much, Alexandre. Great work. And now we go to 19 miscellaneous. So Bernard Waugh, we have an item where we are supporting the MRC de Maria Chapdelaine. Would you like to introduce it, please?
Yes, MRC Maria Chapdelaine request the decentralization of the Quebec healthcare system in order to promote local governance. This is based on recommendation of le Regroupement québécois des médecins pour la décentralisation des soins de santé. And those are, just for your information, those are recommendations. The four main recommendations were first, reintroduce a decision-making position of administrator in each local hospital. To reintroduce a decision-making position of director for each local hospital. 3, to reintroduce a council of doctors, dentists, and pharmacists for each local hospital. And 4, to reintroduce a table of chiefs of department for each hospital. So we are asked to support this resolution if you agree.
And we already, as an MRC, have sent something very similar on our own. I think we're all in favor of more decision-making locally. Who would like to move this resolution?
Sandra.
Okay. All right. Now, moved by Mayor Murray. All those in favor? And we'll record this unanimously. Thank you very much. I didn't say opposed. Okay, that's unanimous. Thank you. And we're at the end of the meeting. So could I have a resolution to close the meeting? Moved by Mayor Jim Gibson. And before we go, I'd just like to say that we had been holding May 1st for our Lac Les Paul. We were hoping to have a face-to-face meeting. We know that it won't be face-to-face at that point. So we just don't know how long we're going to keep, delaying. I have been able to confirm some of the speakers. So perhaps the best thing would be to we'll confirm that, I guess, one way or the other this week, so that you all know, because our next meeting where we can informally discuss will be after May the 1st. So we're still hoping for half a day on Saturday, May the 1st. And I just want to advise everybody to be very careful. We're still in a very fragile situation, and we really want to do everything possible to stop the spread. So thank you for all the hard work that you're each doing in each of your municipalities, and please take care and be safe. And I guess good night, everybody.
good night.
Good night. Good night, everybody.
Good night, Jane. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Night.